Howdy, Synoptic here, welcome back to an all-new video, and I think all of you watching this know about Among Us, the game that kind of rose to popularity in late summer around September, and recently it's kind of dwindled down, so its popularity has settled and the hype around it died. Now in today's video, I'm going to be analyzing and explaining the rise and fall of Among Us, because I think it's finally time for me to ask the question, is Among Us finally dead? Alright, now to truly understand how Among Us was taken off of its throne in the gaming industry and Twitch, we need to first understand its rise to stardom and to fame. Among Us was initially released on June 15th, 2018 by Inner Sloth, a group of 3 developers working on the indie game. Now the Inner Sloth developers were actually really smart. They made the game about $5 on PC and free on mobile devices, and this was going to be like a super important factor in why the game blew up later. But for about 2 years up until 2020, everything was quiet, you know? Nobody was talking about it on the block, the game wasn't popping, and I'm pretty sure that people were too invested in battle royales up until 2020. Now let's jump to July and August of 2020. Basically, Among Us wasn't that popular in July. It was still going around about a couple hundred viewers. At the time, Fall Guys, the top game of the summer, had really secured the throne and really popped off. I mean, it was destroying in August, but it was only until late August when Fall Guys had been dying that Among Us really snatched up its throne. Now the thing about Fall Guys was that it wasn't a long-term game, and also Among Us was only $5 on PC and free on mobile, so you know, broke boys like me, they could be grinding that stuff, but Fall Guys had that $20 price tag, so not everybody could cop it. So with taking the throne from Fall Guys, Among Us went from only having a couple hundred people viewing the game on Twitch to an average of 100,000. I ain't capping, y'all. 100,000 people on average by the end of August. Now basically, all of these 100,000 viewers didn't actually come from just one streamer. It basically came from a variety of streamers actually trying the game out. It all started when a Twitch employee called Pluto told the streamer Sodapop about the game. Sodapop tried out the game, a ton of Sodapop's viewers saw it, and then a bunch of other streamers saw it and they started playing, and now all of a sudden, you know, the whole entire Twitch scene is covered with everybody going, Among Us, Among Us, Among Us, we need Among Us, where's Among Us? Sus, we need more Among Us content. Now, like mentioned before, the price of Among Us went perfect for its formula of growth. Lots of viewers who watched like Pokimane and XQC and even Sodapop stream were interested and wanted to play with them so they could just get the game on their phone for free and continue playing. Now, before going any further, I just want to say that Among Us wasn't a failure of a game. All these streamers that played it definitely helped the game out, but for an indie game, Among Us was going crazy because they hit 1 million downloads in August of 2019. And I'm gonna be real with you guys, this is not a AAA title, you know what I'm saying? Nobody's about to pay $60 for Among Us, so for 1 million downloads for an indie game, I mean, that was pretty big. As the Among Us hype train was going with the end of the summer and moving into September, a lot of people had gotten the game. As you know, it went into meme culture. You know, the sus meme had started out with memes just going crazy. Lots of people were like, you know, who's the imposter? Who's this? Who's that? And I think that social media definitely helped out Among Us because tons of memes were posted, and when people saw, they wanted to understand the meme, so they had to try the game out for themselves, and one thing led to another and they were addicted to it. Another thing about Among Us is that, like Fall Guys, it was a party game. It's not something that you gotta hop on and go off on, you know, it's not like Call of Duty where I'm gonna hop on and like sweat my balls off getting like 100 kills or something. But the same thing, you know, that same formula that made Among Us popular and really fun was also its killer. Let me just explain something to you guys. Party games, they're not something that you grind for a long time. The thing with Among Us is that it's such an easy game where you don't really want to like play for hours every day for like continuous months straight to get better. It's not just something that you like hop onto and just be like, okay, we're on the grind. You know, I don't think anybody ever woke up and said, alright bro, I'm about to hop onto that Among Us grind. It's more of just something you lay back, get your bong, pour yourself a drink, and just play while you're playing with the homies. So yeah, just because the game gets boring really quickly is one of the reasons that it's dead. It's not something you play continuously, and basically games like that, they can't stay in the spotlight for a while. Like, hey, people will play it every once in a while, but they will not be at the top. Now, if you look at Among Us content on something like YouTube, the only views that you see that are like a million views or maybe a couple million views is from accounts that had already built, a big audience. At this point in time, nobody is streaming Among Us because they want to grow. You really can't hop onto the Among Us hype train in that specific way anymore. Like, there are still big streamers who play it when they're bored, but it's not something that like everybody's going crazy about. Now, I'm not trying to say that Among Us is fully dead. There's still people like AOC the Congresswoman, a goddamn Congresswoman streaming on Twitch playing Among Us and getting 400,000 viewers. That's still pretty big, but the thing is, the numbers are slowly going down. Once again, the game is out of the spotlight. Soon, something else will take over. I don't know what game it's gonna be, but something will take Among Us's crown. Once again, my main argument is that Among Us, dude, it's not long term. The maps, there's just like, what, 3 maps? They're working on a 4th one, and these developers, there's only 3 of them, so they can't go crazy on it. So while slow work comes from the developers, I presume the game's numbers are slowly going to dwindle down, and maybe by late December to even early January, the game's going to be completely dead, where it's just going to be something you return to every once in a while. But hey, if you're bored of Among Us and want more commentaries like this one, that playlist that just popped up on your screen has all my newest commentaries on random internet and gaming topics, so click on that if you're bored. It'll really help my channel out. But yeah, it's been Synoptic, not playing Among Us, and I will see you all in the next one.